Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Miles Morales 112 figure from Mezco. This is a figure I was really excited for, partially because the style of it is very much more towards the animated version of Miles Morales, as opposed to maybe the comic-y stuff that we've seen in a lot of the other figures. I personally think visually the whole animated Spider-Verse stuff has been amazing, so really kind of intrigued to see how that translates to a figure. As far as like the extras, it seems to be pretty standard of what we get for spider figures. A lot of webbing. We get some heads, we get some hands. Looks like we get the spider sense, which I think has come in some other stuff. But you also get this cool comic book. I'm really intrigued about the comic book because we saw in, I think it was the Joker with the newspaper, where the newspaper was like a real newspaper. It was really impressive. So I'm kind of hoping deep down that we get something similar with this figure, but we'll see. Alright, so we can see how we can do the spider sense. I'm kind of on that. Yeah, and the spider webs itself are, I don't know, kind of a little chintzy of how they go about it. I get it, but it is what it is. Alright, so let's actually look at the figure, or the stuff you get here. Underneath, we get the comic book. We've got the comic book here. We get the spider sense here. And some webbing underneath. And then we actually get the Miles Morales figure. All the other stuff. Alright, let's do our usual tests. Alright, we got to stand, took a little bit, but standing, no issue. Foot up and down, left and right. Lots of movement with that. Knee is double jointed. Hip, solid moving around. Waist, the usual movement. Up and down, back and forth. Yeah, we get some upper body movement as well. I feel like that's a new thing. Arm, no problem at all. Can get full motion. Elbow looks to be double jointed. Wrist has got lots of movement. And then finally the head, back and forth and all around. Alright, so the first thing that strikes me is the body is really, really thin. This is a very different sculpt. I can't think of another figure. There's none of the figures that I think I've gotten that have this sculpt. I don't know if there are other 112 figures that have this sculpt. So that is the first thing that really, really stands out. It's interesting, it's different, it's intriguing. Like, it is a very skinny, lanky style as opposed to kind of the bulkier stuff we normally get. The suit itself has an interesting texture to it. It's really kind of cool. And I think the design with the spider and the small, I don't know how well it comes off. You can kind of see the suit is textured. Is good. Like, it's not just a solid black. There's something to it as far as style. Let's see here. We got the normal webs. You go and you take the hand off and you put the webs in between the wrist and the hand. Like, it's a system that works. Oh, generally works. Let's try that again. There you go. So, it's not bad. It's a good way of doing it. You know, as I said, it's not bad. It's not great. It's decent. Let's see what else we have. We got some heads. Well, first we also have some hands. 1, 2, 3. We got 4 different sets of hands. There's a whole bunch of different types of string. We got a webbing, I should say. And then let's actually look at the faces, because it's somewhat important. We got face, the mouth opened up underneath. It's kind of a cool design. I'm liking it. Now, these heads for some reason are like really hard to get out. more. We get the eyes kind of narrowed. Again, nice solid look to it. And then this one should be the unmasked head. Is an interesting one. I like it. So the unmasked head, I think, captures kind of the animated look pretty well. The hair looks good. Eyes and the face, and like it looks like the animated take on it. It's a pretty solid adaptation. It looks good. You know, not many complaints. I maybe would have liked maybe another unmasked head. Could have been good, but this is pretty solid. And then, of course, I gotta go look at the comic book, because that's what really I care about, right? I want to see how much detail the comic book has. It doesn't look like it opens up. That stinks. Hope they would at least have opened it up like at like just a hinge. Alright, so that's the comic. That's kind of disappointing after seeing the newspaper they did. Like this is a letdown. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, overall, like it's an okay figure. If you are really diehard into Across the Spider-Verse and like Miles Morales, like it's a nice addition. I don't think it's necessarily like one that I'm gonna totally sit there and say like this is a must-have for collectors. So this is the Spidey Sense device. You hook up this to the holder, and then you have some Spidey Sense sticking out. Kind of like that. It's not a bad figure. I also don't think it's a great figure. There's nothing really that stands out to me as like this is the best thing, or you know, really unique, or something really interesting as far as a gimmick. It's a pretty standard Spider-Man figure. The webs we've seen a million times over. The comic, which I think is the thing that had like the most potential out of everything, is kind of a letdown. So overall, like this is for the hardcore fans. This is for the hardcore fans. The figure itself, I think, is a great sculpt. The body is a new design, as far as I know, and you know that shows some cool potential. But we'll see. I mean, like hopefully they do some more out of this line, and the figures with that could be a bit more exciting. Ooh, oh, hold on. Well, that's new. The neck does go up and down. It's not just the head that can pivot, like the whole neck moves. So that's something new about the body as well. So the figure itself is good. The accessories and all that are kind of a bit of a letdown, especially the comics. But still, you can go get yours. Most likely, we'll see if we can find some out there for purchase. They may be affiliate links. If so, we do get a small percentage, and by doing that, you'll support our site. So thank you. And just watch our video support us as always, so thank you for that. If you are into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all that stuff. All at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep playing with your toys, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.